And I want to thank you guys for logging on and joining us for the chat. And thank you, Ashlyn, for joining us as well. Um, just to go over how the chat's going to work, in order to ask questions, you do have to be logged into Spreecast. You have to create an account. Once you do that, you can ask a question by hitting the blue question button underneath the screen, or there's also a box in the bottom right-hand corner that you can ask questions in. So to start things off, Ashlyn, do you want to kind of go over what you've been up to during the off season?
Yeah, absolutely. Right after the season ended, I flew to Sweden and played with Tyresö in the Stockholm area. I went there to play in the Champions League, and we did really well. And the team is still successfully en route to hopefully winning the Champions League final. Um, I, of course, decided to come back here and continue playing with the Washington Spirit. And as soon as I got back in December, I got an orthoscopic scope on my left knee. Just a little cleanup, meniscus tear. And I've been recovering ever since and working out with Chris Gorez and Sport and Health and uh, just working on the things to get back on the field and once I get back to be better than I was before.
All right. We're going to start off with our questions. The first one is from Victoria. What are you most excited for going into this season?
A fresh start. I mean, this team is going to be freaking rocking. We're looking good. Everyone's super stoked to come in. Like, we're going to be blazing. Everyone I've talked to is into it and really happy to just get a fresh start. And, you know, we have. We have a lot of respect to gain in this league, and we're up for the challenge. We're ready for it, and Mark's created such a great team on the off season, so props to him. And I know he's been working his tail off. So, I mean, everyone's doing what they need to be doing. Everyone's training in the off season. We want to put on a show for our fans. We have the best fans in the league, and we want to bring the heat. So that's what we're gonna do.
All right. How excited are you to play with some of your fellow Tar Heels, Robin, EL, and Crystal this season?
Okay, Duke plays Carolina. Duke Carolina games on tonight at 9, so that's why I'm in my Sunday's best right now. So hopefully everyone tunes into that. I love it. I mean, there's Carolina players are a rare breed. Um, they're just kind of balls to the wall, like bring such high intensity, and that's the kind of stuff we need. I think that's what we were lacking before is just someone to come in and day out and leave it all out on the field and push other people and bring that intensity that makes us all better. It pushes us, it drives us, it challenges us, and that's what Carolina is about. It's about you do your job and you do it to the best of your ability. Otherwise, you take a seat. So that's just like the professional world, and um, I'm excited. I'm excited to be with friends. I'm excited to be with old teammates, and I'm excited to push them, and I know they're excited to push me.
So, are you looking forward to playing UNC during the preseason?
Oh yeah. It's going to be so weird, but I'm
Yeah.
excited. I can't wait. Anson talks the whole game, and he's just going to be chirping away, and that's what I miss so much is just his smart comments all game.
All right. Next question is from Tori. If you didn't play soccer, what would you want to do?
Oh my gosh, so much stuff. Hmm, where to start? Fashion. I love fashion, so I would hopefully design clothes or be in New York right now at Fashion Week, but we're not talking about that. I want to be like in the FBI or SWAT or just anything to get my hands on weapons. I know that sounds really weird, but I think if you watch Homeland, you know what I mean.
You're in a pretty good city for all that.
I know, and I think that's why I'm into it even more.
Yeah.
dreams.
All right. Andrea asks, "What's your favorite thing to do on a day off?"
Favorite thing to do on a day off in DC or like at home? Because that's two different worlds.
How about both?
Okay. If I'm in my hometown on the beach, I definitely surfing, skateboarding, walking along the boardwalk, just refreshing, just like kind of taking some time away and enjoying the moment. And that's kind of just what I'm about. I'm super laid back, love the beach life, you know, love my vans. So that's what I do at home. Here it's a little tricky because it's city life and I'm a girl. So my day off just kind of consists of hanging out with my friends, meeting up for coffee, doing all the like cities, anything artistic I can get my hands on, but really just making time for people that I care about. That's pretty important to me, and uh, trying to take a step away from the game as much as I can because I drown myself in it, and sometimes it's good to kind of re-energize and be ready for the
All
next
right.
day of work.
Next question. Next
Good
question is from
question.
Victoria. How do you feel about the addition of all the new
Oh.
players to the team?
Oh, I'm just excited in general. You know, there's some great players that are coming in here. And I think before we were struggling to put a team together, and now we have a team, and people are going to be struggling to get in the starting 11.
Yeah.
So what a change, right? I mean, this is awesome. This is why we play. This is why we do what we do. The competition is going to be outrageous. I'm so happy that Jonesy went to Australia. She's going to be kicking my butt all up and down the field. So those things are important, and the new players coming in, you know, they have a lot to prove, and they're gonna have their hands full. And I like who wouldn't love that opportunity? You know, there's a lot of positions up for grabs, and people come in fit, confident, playing well. You're gonna see some new faces, and I think that's pretty cool because now the fans can fall in love with even more fresh
Yeah.
faces.
Speaking of Jonesy, she said she's going to play on the field this season. She's done being a goalkeeper.
Oh gosh, come on,
All right, next
Jonesy.
question. In your Washington,
Someone asked what was in my sorry, someone asked what was in my mug. It's tea, people. Come on. I'm coming down with a little
well, the
cold.
snow.
It's not gent juice.
All right, in your
I know.
Washington Spirit bio, it mentions you're always up for a dance party. Mind showing us a dance move?
Oh, what? I mean, I could right now, but I'm sitting down against a
Did
wall. It
you
could get
take?
weird. I mean, if you come to a game, watch me in warm up, and I'll do a little stanky leg because you know what? There's always time for a stanky leg, and that is my go-to move. So you come to our games this season, and I will bust out a dance move every home
All
game.
right,
You can
you know
hold
they
me to
will.
that. As long as they play Miley. I mean, they have to
Which
play
Miley
Miley.
song?
That's the only way I'll do it. Well, oh, I mean, I could go for any
Okay.
one of them, honestly. I
All
mean, it
right.
doesn't even matter. She's great.
Next question is from Derek. Who on the Spirit would you say is the most competitive?
Most
Yeah.
competitive. Oh my gosh, Lori Lindsay. We go at it all the time. You guys, if you came to our practice, you would die because we talk crap to each other 24/7, scream at each other 24/7 because we demand a lot out of each other. So I would say it's like a pretty tough battle between us two because we kind of get at each other's throats a lot. But we push each other. It's a good competition because at the end of the day, when we walk off the field, we're like buddy buddy. We don't hold any grudges, and then we just laugh about it. We're like, "What were you just calling? Did you just call me a name?" And then we just laugh, and we're like, "Okay, this is a mess."
All right. Next question is from Andrea. What's the weirdest thing has a fan has ever done for you? I would say what's the craziest thing. I wouldn't say the weirdest.
craziest thing
Hmm.
that they've done for me? Hmm, that's a tough question. I mean, some people take pictures of my license plate, which is kind of weird and crazy. Mm, I get endless supplies of food and Nutella at games, but
We
that's
still
not
have
weird. I
Nutella
love it.
left over from last season.
Uh, I don't really have any stalkers, which is unfortunate because they're always fun. Um, yeah, I can't think of too many crazy. I'm so like chill with all the fans. To me, they come up, I'm like, woo, let's hug. Like it doesn't even matter. Some people are a little bit creeped out, but I'm like, the weirder, the
All right.
better, you know? I had to sign a man's nipple once. That was
At one of
really
our games?
freaking bizarre. Yeah,
Uh,
that's
oh.
no, at a college game, one of
Nice.
my college games. That was so
All right.
weird.
Who were the most inspiring soccer players that you looked up to as a young player?
I would say I looked up to a lot of the 99ers, like most of us growing up who played soccer in my era. Brianna Scurry was just like the freaking goddess to me when I was young and watching her save like PKs and save games, every big tournament. I was like, yeah, I want to be just like her. So I would say she was definitely a huge inspiration. Mia Hamm was like every little girl was like, oh my God, Mia Hamm. But I was just like fangirling with everyone else. I didn't even really care about a forward. So I would definitely say my inspiration definitely comes from Bry. Because I'm one of those people who I say, at the end of the day, when all this is said and done, I definitely want to be not known for the player I am, but definitely the person. Like when I walk away from this, I want people to be like, yeah, she was a kick-ass person. And that's like super important to me. And I know that's important to her. And that's why she was like, just held herself so well. And she was a really good teammate. And I think that's something we can all kind of aspire to do and take away because nowadays it's kind of tough and everyone's out to get you. And it's hard to come by team players. So that's definitely someone that was my
It's a good way to look
inspiration
at
for that
things.
reason.
Um, what would you like to say to
Yeah.
youth goalkeepers like me? Not like me personally, but like the person that asked this question. Just
Oh, so
saying.
you're trying to be you're trying to go
I'm a
back
little
in
too old for
time.
that.
This girl's trying to like go into a yeah. What do I say? Um, I always, when I was young, I was in a really small town and I wanted something better for my life. I wanted to be important and I wanted to have a voice, and this was my way of having that. And I had a dream. I had a dream just like we all have a dream. And, I wanted to have a successful life and I wanted to work really hard. And my family taught me if you want something, you got to work for it. It's not going to come easy. So if I could tell a bunch of little girls what to do, whatever your dream is, like, I still have dreams. Soccer's not just my only dream. I have so much I want to give in this lifetime I have. And um, yeah, I would just say you have to work for it. Like a lot of people, you see a bottle in front of you, you're like, I want that bottle to move. But unless I do things to move that bottle, it's just going to sit there. So, make sure you go out and you do, and you just try. I mean, if you fail, you fail. I've failed at so much stuff in my life. I've, I mean, a person would probably give up, but I think continuing to try and growing and learning, all of us learn more from our losses than we do our wins anyways. I can't remember half of the times I won compared to all the times I've lost. So it builds character. It creates a foundation of who you are. So for all those kids out there, work for that dream because, we all want the American dream. We all want to live like rappers and rock stars, but they had to work to get
All
there.
right. What's your favorite type of food?
Macaroni and cheese. Who's asking me this question?
The blue
It is
box?
a
Is it the blue
no-brainer.
box or is it
Come
homemade?
on. Well, my grandma's macaroni and cheese is hands down the best. I mean, hi grandma, I know she's watching right now. She for sure is the best cooker. Like you just someone tells me this is the best macaroni and cheese and I'm like, it's not even that good. But if I have to, I can't make it like my grandma because I'm like, hey, can you tell me how you make your biscuits? And she's like, well, a handful of flour and a little pinch of this, and like, there's no directions. It's just like this is her life. She's amazing. But I do eat out of the box when I'm by myself, like just
3 minutes
crappy
in the
macaroni and
microwave.
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, you have to
Okay.
boil the noodles for 7.5 minutes,
That's why
but
I don't
who's
make it.
reading?
All right. Next question is from
Yeah.
Sarah. What is your favorite NWSL team that you played against last season?
Favorite team I played against? None of them. Uh,
The ones you
hmm.
won against?
I always like playing against either Abby or Alex, and just like this is it's just so funny hearing these girls scream and everyone freak out. It's just like hilarious to get a rise out of people because I kind of just sit back and I just look and I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like we're really growing this sport. But I don't. I mean, I enjoy playing against all the teams because all the teams are really good and it's always a really good game and there's always its own excitement and it's always another day to get better. So it's hard for me to say really which team. That's a tough
All right.
question.
What do you do to prepare for a big game, or do you have any pregame rituals?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm like crazy about it. Ask Mark. I'm such a pain in the butt. When he like throws things into our pregame, I'm like the first one who's like, no. Yeah, I have to be like completely mellow the whole day. Like I have to do my own thing in the morning. I know when I wake up, I know what I eat. I know what I eat in the afternoon. I know what I eat at pregame. I always put my left shoe on first and then my right shoe and then my left glove on and then my right glove. It's just like I have these really nitpicky things. I could be here all day. I have a routine. And I think it's important because it works for me. I have a routine. I get up. I have certain things I need to do. I have certain things I have to cook, my game winning meals. Yeah, and then I listen to certain music. I love Eminem. Oh my God. Put him on blast in my ears, and I am like dancing outside on my hands. So yeah, I would say I do. I listen to Eminem. I make sure I put my right attire on. I have certain spandex I wear, certain undershirts I wear, my trainers know exactly what type of tape I need. I have different thicknesses I need for my hands, my fingers. I mean, it's crazy, you guys. We could be here
Kaylee,
all day.
Kaylee wrote they.
That's a few. And my hair has to be a certain
Someone
way.
said they call
It's a
that
mess.
OCD, Ash.
It's a routine. That's
All
what I
right.
call a routine.
If you were to compete in another sport, what would it be?
Hmm. Another sport. I would say maybe I like think I'm really good at basketball, but I'm not. I'm one of those. I love to wear Jordans, so for somehow it gives me street cred. I don't know, it's weird. But I would definitely say I would want to be good at
Okay.
basketball.
It's probably because you went to UNC Chapel Hill.
Yeah, that's true. And they make a lot of money and they live like a G'd out life,
All
and I
right.
think that's kind of cool.
Jasmine, she asks if you had to be on a deserted island with four U.S. women's national team teammates, who would it be and why?
Ooh, four teammates on a deserted island. Honestly, I would definitely take Sid because she is hilarious, and we would just laugh our freaking asses off the whole time. For sure, Sid. I would say Abby because she would keep us safe. Like you give Abby a like a piece of bark and she'll make a knife out of it and go like slay a boar or something for food that night. That's how Abby is. Um, who else? Who else would
Or
keep me
alive.
entertained or alive? That's true. Yeah, I'd have to think about it, but
Okay.
let's just say those
What
two for
about who on the
now, for
spirit
sure.
would you take? Two players from the spirit.
Two players from the Spirit. Lori Lindsay for sure, because she's just out of her mind. Lori, I would say me, Lori, and Allie.
All
We
right.
would have a really good time. But Allie would be kind of dead weight because she would be like, "Oh my God, there's dirt in my nail." Like she probably wouldn't help out too much, but she would still make all of us laugh. Me and Lori would definitely be the hunters. We would keep us
All right.
alive for sure.
Next question is from Sam. What is the most inspiring thing that someone has told you?
The most inspiring thing someone has told you. I can tell you what the most touching thing that someone has ever told me. Um, I don't know about most inspiring because that just kind of comes within for me. But last season, it was a struggle, and I don't want to talk about last season, but um, it took a toll on me for sure, mentally and physically. I when work's not going well for anyone, they bring it home and it's a mess and you're upset and it wears on you. It's like a cement brick on your back. And my grandma knew I was struggling, and she called me after every game, and she could tell I was disappointed, and um, she just told me she was like, I just really want you to know that you're my hero, and that you inspire me every day, just continuing through injury, through adversity, through only winning a few games in one season. She told me that, and it's funny because on the flip side, this woman has pretty much raised me and put so much into my success. And little does she know, she's my hero. So it was a pretty important moment for me because we're not around our family very often doing what we're doing, and um, that was probably one of the most moving moments in my life because family's important, and hearing it from a very powerful woman is very inspiring and motivating to me. And she keeps me on the grind every day. So
Awesome.
that's my answer.
Um, how do you get yourself through a tough situation, either on the field or in your day-to-day life?
Tough situations. I think it's a process. I think it's a learning process. I'm learning and growing every day from every experience, and um, I just kind of make sure I put a little thought into how much I'm affecting some other person or how much it's affecting me, and making sure we find a successful way to both come out on top. I'm a selfless person, or what I like to think as myself as a selfless person, and I put people before me, and that's important people in my life or my team or things like that. And it's hard to say. It just depends on the situation, but I always like to consider the circumstances, and if someone's aggressive towards me, maybe they have a reason, or they had a bad day, or there's something fueling them deeper inside that maybe I should ask someone how they're doing. And that's going to the coffee shop. So much nowadays we're so into our own lives and our own technology, and sometimes it's okay to just ask someone, hey, how you doing, how's your day going, and I don't think we do that enough. um, so that's kind of off
Okay.
topic, but that's what I would say
Next
for
question is
sure.
from Kayla. Who is the best dancer in the spirit locker room?
Well, it's going to be Crystal Dunn. Honey can dance. Woo! Um, Lori thinks she can shake her freaking bomb, but it's like a white catastrophe for sure. Um, who can oh, Tony. Tony can get down for sure. Tony's dancing. It's like we're about to walk out, and Tony's like in her corner in her locker room dancing. And we're like, Tony, the whistle just blew. It's game time. So I would definitely say Tony, but Crystal's gonna give her a run
We'll
for
have to
her
get that on
money for
tape or
sure.
something. Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah,
Next question is from Kendra. How do you anticipate the Spirits' up and coming season? What are your predictions for the season?
we're gonna win. Of course, I'm. We're gonna be the best. I mean, we have a fantastic team. We have a great coach. Hi, Mark, because I know he's listening. Um, I predict that we're going to do really well. I mean, what player in their right mind isn't going to sit here and say that they're going to go all the way and they're going to be successful? Um, we get paid to win. That's part of the job. And if if each one of us successfully does our job, there's no question we should be really successful. And that's the beautiful part coming in is every person now just has to focus on their job and being successful in their part of the pitch and Mark molding that together. We're going to be great. We're going to win games and we're going to play really good football and people are going to be impressed and people are going to enjoy it because that's what we're about, and that's what we're about from the start of the season. Creating a good environment and creating a good organization and something that people talk about and something people want to be a part of. And people want to be a part of winning programs and winning teams and uh, winning players. Players with that winning attitude, and that's what we're wanting to bring to the table this year. And if we do that, we will be successful. There's no other
Okay.
choice.
I know you want to catch the UNC Duke game, so we have time for about two more questions. Yeah. What
Yeah, you're
save
fine.
will you always remember? What
Wait, say
save
that again.
will you
Sorry.
always remember?
What save will I always remember? I guess I would say the PK save in the Western New York Philly final, the fifth PK. I mean, that was like I don't even know what I was doing. I was throwing my hands up, running around this giant field. It was so funny. That was one of my most uh, memorable moments because I was an alternate for the World Cup and I like had something to prove that season and I wanted to have a successful year and um, there was a lot of things that I failed at. I failed that year as an athlete. I failed at my dream and I had to alter it a little bit and readjust it and that was to have a really good season and you know show that maybe they made the wrong decision. And I had a fantastic year and I made, big time saves and big time moments and our team won and I was goalkeeper of the year and that's something that sticks in my mind and that's something I'm trying to do here
All
as
right.
well.
So I don't know if you've seen any of the other chats that we've had, but at the end of the chat, Mark has made them pick
Mm-mm.
a song and sing it for 10 seconds. So you can pick any song that you want and you have to sing it for 10 seconds.
What happens if it's got like a little like not
You'll have
really
to
good words in
self
it?
edit it.
Does that like not count? Okay. Let me think of a good one. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tight cause you know it's that bro was stuck. I'm hooked in the G she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get with ya and take your
That was more
picture.
than 10
Okay, that's
seconds.
it. That's all you get.
And we got to dance.
You welcome. You guys are
Awesome.
welcome.
So thank you so much for taking the time to join us, Ashlyn. Everybody really appreciates it. And thank you
Oh, you're
everybody for
welcome.
submitting your questions and taking time out of your night to join us as well. I know some of you guys are joining from overseas and it's like 2 a.m. in the morning. So thank you so much for logging on.
Oh, you guys are great. Miss you.
Also, keep your eye on Twitter, Facebook, and the Spirit Ambassador site. We're going to have some more chats before the season starts. So the next chat should be posted within the next week or so. So keep an eye there. Um, and hopefully, you guys can make it out to our preseason games. If you haven't already got your tickets, you can get them for free. We're playing UNC and University of Virginia. Those are free games. And then we're also playing Maryland for the headers for Hope, and those tickets are $10 each. So if you haven't got those tickets yet, make sure you do. Hope you guys have a great night, and thanks for joining. Yeah.
Come out and support us. Thanks, guys. You're great. Good questions.
Bye.